Babylon 5, a dream for peace given form. At the dawn of the third age of mankind, this space station served a pivotal role in interstellar diplomacy and key military engagements. This port of call open to refugees, smugglers, entrepreneurs, and wanderers from hundreds of worlds is the last best hope for peace in a war-torn galaxy. In this video, I'd like to discuss this famous space station and its significance to the universe of Babylon 5. The Babylon project began development in the wake of the devastating conflict known as the Earth-Minbari War. First contact between the humans of Earth Alliance and the Minbari went horribly wrong as a gross misunderstanding turned deadly, and the result was a bloody war that saw Earth's forces decimated by the technologically superior Minbari. The goal of the Babylon project was to prevent future wars by providing a safe forum in which humans and aliens could work out their differences and to establish a place for the free exchange of culture and trade. This massive undertaking encountered many obstacles and setbacks, as the first 3 Babylon stations were all destroyed in acts of sabotage, and the 4th mysteriously disappeared shortly after coming online. Some would have deemed this project a hopeless endeavor and given up, but due to general human stubbornness, those involved who believed in the project and what it stood for refused to yield to fear and doubt. Once again, Earth Alliance financed the construction of the 5th space station with significant support from both the Centauri and Minbari governments. Finally, Babylon 5, the last of the Babylon stations, was completed and became fully operational in the year 2256. The cylindrical space station was constructed in neutral territory in orbit of the planet Epsilon 3, approximately 18 light-years from Earth's solar system. The 5-mile-long station is an O'Neill cylinder, producing artificial gravity by its rotation. Though immobile, the nearby jump gate enables interstellar travel, providing convenient passage so that the station can be utilized as both a strategic command post and a hub for diplomacy and commerce. Main power for station systems is generated by fusion reactors. The habitation cylinder can sustain a population of 250,000. However, the station primarily serves as a waypoint, with many passing through in transit to other worlds. Those who live and work on the station include 6,500 Earth Force personnel, the military, scientific, and exploratory arm of the Earth Alliance. There are also over 5,000 technicians and over 1,000 Dockers Guild workers on board, in addition to numerous medical, environmental, and diplomatic staff from nearly 24 races. The station is divided into 6 color-coded sectors. Access to Blue Sector is mostly restricted to station personnel and official guests of the Earth Alliance, as it houses the maintenance and operational control centers, docking bays, customs, embarkation, the observation dome, and the command and control facility, as well as the living quarters for station personnel. Green Sector contains its own med lab and is restricted to diplomatic and command personnel, as well as visiting dignitaries. Access to Red Sector is unrestricted, as it houses the commercial area of the station where businesses such as hotels, casinos, bars, and restaurants are located, in addition to the MedLab, security headquarters, and the judiciary. Brown Sector houses the industrial facilities that maintain life support systems and waste reclamation. Gray Sector contains atmosphere monitoring, the Alpha Power Station, fabrication furnaces, and maintenance facilities. This area was left incomplete due to budgetary restrictions, and certain areas are off-limits to all but security personnel. The main body of Yellow Sector is the Spinal Cargo Facility, which manages zero-gravity cargo transfers and holds the majority of the station supplies. All zero-G sections of the station are contained in this sector, which also houses variable gravity research labs and zero-G maintenance facilities. Aft of the carousel, a 3-kilometer-long tubular section contains the primary fusion core and fuel tanks. The seedy underbelly, known as down below, houses the underdeveloped areas of the station where the homeless, called lurkers, reside, and where criminal activity is rampant. As a meeting place for humans and aliens from so many worlds across the rim, Babylon 5 contains living areas for the purpose of accommodating alien races who require differing atmospheres and gravity levels. A special area known as Alien Sector was adapted to accommodate the different atmospheric needs of 14 different species that reside on B5. Access to and from this sector is maintained through a series of airlocks. Humans visiting these sectors utilize special equipment to tolerate the different conditions. Aside from pressurized quarters and public areas, the gravity of specific areas can be manipulated by altering the rotational speed of some of Babylon 5's intersections. Living quarters on the station are divided up according to size, quality, and function. The size of the quarters assigned to Earth Force personnel is determined according to rank and position. For station visitors, quarters are available to rent in the red and brown sectors. Since space is limited on the station, larger quarters are correspondingly more expensive. For the most part, Babylon 5 maintains its own self-sustained economy. While the station initially received a military and operations budget from Earth Alliance, later it came to generate enough revenue to cover operating expenses, mainly from docking fees and rent from living quarters and businesses. Babylon 5 is protected by a defense grid which includes a variety of weapon systems, such as particle arrays, pulse cannons, plasma cannons, and interceptors, mine or missile launchers, along with its complement of Star Fury fighters, which are deployed from the Cobra bays after they are dropped and propelled by the centrifugal force of the station itself. The station's primary role is as a diplomatic forum, a neutral staging ground for interstellar politics where any race can negotiate without interference. The Babylon 5 Advisory Council consists of representatives from the 5 most powerful governments of the galaxy: Earth Alliance, the Minbari Federation, the Narn Regime, the Centauri Republic, and the Vorlon Empire. As a part of the League of Non-Aligned Worlds, a number of smaller governments are also represented on the council. Given the history of countless wars and senseless death across the galaxy, enmity existed between many races that would not quickly be forgotten. In an attempt to resolve these long-standing feuds, Babylon 5 represents a shining beacon, the last best hope for peace, a chance to gain victory over this seemingly endless cycle of war. Captain John Sheridan best described their situation by quoting the words of President Abraham Lincoln, "The dogmas of the quiet past are inadequate to the stormy present. The occasion is piled high with difficulty, and we must rise to the occasion. We cannot escape history. We will be remembered in spite of ourselves. The fiery trial through which we pass will light us down in honor or dishonor to the last generation. We shall nobly save or meanly lose our last best hope of Earth." But I'm curious to know, what do you think of the Babylon 5 station? Is there a certain feature or moment in its history that stands out the most to you? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe for more Babylon 5 and other sci-fi and fantasy news and lore. Thank you all so much for your support, and as always, have a very nerdy day.